the 6 actors who refused to attend John Wayne's funeral. When Wayne died in 1979, Hollywood gathered to mourn him, but just as powerful as those who attended were the 6 iconic stars who deliberately stayed away. Born Marion Robert Morrison in 1907, John Wayne's rise was anything but easy. After a football injury ended his college dreams, he worked behind the scenes at Fox Studios, learning film making from the ground up. His life changed forever when director John Ford cast him in Stagecoach in 1939, transforming Wayne into a Western icon overnight. From that moment on, the Duke became one of Hollywood's most reliable box office stars, appearing in over 170 films and redefining the American hero. Wayne's screen persona grew more complex over time, especially in films like The Searchers, where his character's moral darkness challenged the traditional Western myth. He later won his only Academy Award for True Grit, cementing his legacy as a performer admired by generations. But off-screen, Wayne was just as outspoken and far more divisive. John Wayne never hid his political views. He was fiercely conservative, unapologetically patriotic, and openly dismissive of progressive movements. Statements he made about race, war, and American exceptionalism turned him into a lightning rod for controversy, even among fellow Hollywood legends. So when his funeral was held at Our Lady of the Angels Church in Los Angeles, the absence of certain stars spoke volumes. Jane Fonda was one of them. A vocal anti-Vietnam War activist, Fonda stood on the opposite side of history from Wayne, who publicly labeled protesters as traitors. Their ideological feud was so deep that reconciliation was never possible. Attending his funeral would have contradicted everything she believed in. Marlon Brando also stayed away. A fierce advocate for Native American rights and a critic of Westerns that glorified conquest, Brando despised the mythology Wayne helped popularize. Though both were giants of cinema, there was no respect between them, only a fundamental clash of values. Paul Newman, known for his humanitarian work and liberal activism, quietly kept his distance throughout Wayne's life. Burt Lancaster, outspoken against McCarthyism and right-wing extremism, viewed Wayne as a symbol of everything he opposed. James Garner, though a military veteran himself, resented Wayne's rigid patriotism and domineering presence in Hollywood. And Harry Belafonte's absence was deeply personal. As a civil rights leader and close ally of Martin Luther King Jr., Belafonte could not overlook Wayne's remarks about race and Native Americans. Respecting Wayne's fame did not mean excusing his beliefs. John Wayne understood he was divisive. He once said he never apologized for being who he was, and in death, that truth became undeniable. The empty seats at his funeral weren't about forgetfulness. They were about conviction. John Wayne died on June 11, 1979 at the age of 72, leaving behind a legacy still debated decades later. Admired by millions, questioned by just as many, and remembered not only for who he was, but for the lines he drew that others refused to cross. This is Starloop News, where Hollywood's untold stories never stay buried. If you want more iconic legends, hidden feuds, and real Hollywood history, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next story might change how you see your favorite star forever.